CBS's Bob Schieffer is going to be the moderator for tonight's debate, and he's already revealed what his topics are going to be. America's role in the world, our longest war, Afghanistan and Pakistan, red lines, Israel and Iran, the changing Middle East and the new face of terrorism, part 1. And if you like that one, you're going to love part 2. Also, the rise of China and tomorrow's world. And there was also the first one that I want to highlight again, America's role in the world. That caught my eye because it has the potential to embody each candidate's worldview and be a real spot of distinction between the two. I'm guessing, if you have any thoughts, what you think the candidates may say is America's role in the world. I mean, we all want America to be the military leader of the world. We all want America to be the economic superpower of the world. What more is our role supposed to be? Are we supposed to just be a big influence in the world, or are we supposed to get everybody in line and have the world do what we want them to do?
Well, we are also supposed to be a beacon of light for people around the world to understand the importance of liberty, to understand the importance of freedom, and to value those things that we value so dearly. And so I think, you know, more than just imposing our economic power, imposing our military power, or policing the world, we are supposed to inspire people with all the things that we value as Americans.
I think, though, at this stage, what, we're 2 weeks from the election?
Yeah, 15 days.
15 days. Everything at this point is going to be playing up your strong points and going after the other guy. And so I think that President Obama is going to say consistently tonight, I'm tested in the role of representing the U.S. on the world stage. Look at my opponent. And he may even bring this up. I mean, he's going to say he has no experience. He's going the same thing they said about Obama 4 years ago. Right. And they're also going to point to his to the trip that I don't know if he will, to the Olympics and so on. I mean, which was a disaster.
And I agree with you. He's going to say that. But if you think about the question Andrew asked about our role in the world, and he goes down to those kind of things. Look at this guy. You can trust me. Look at this guy. How uninspiring. I agree he's going to do it, but how uninspiring is that? I hope Mitt Romney has an answer to that, because, and I'm not saying he does, but that is so uninspiring. If you're going to say, look at me versus him, versus the important thing is, who are we in the world, and who should we be?
Dean,
does he have any answer to that?
But what has Mr. Romney said this entire campaign, except for I'm not Obama?
Yeah,
I mean, and it's worked.
And here's how it's manifesting itself in foreign policy, at least to my mind. It's been a lot of, yeah, our policies are pretty close. I would do more or less the same thing that the White House would do it, but I would do it stronger and tougher. I would be more forceful. I would be more emphatic. I mean, I think that would play well in a debate. People like to be a little rah-rah and think that we're, you know, everybody's marching behind us. I don't know if that's much of a difference, though.
It's not, but that's been the approach that Romney's had on Obama. I mean, what else was he going to say when it comes to his foreign policy? That he's an apology tour, that he's not strong, that the U.S. is weakened throughout the world. I think we'll hear similar messages, almost like a drumbeat. That'll be a consistent message tonight.
But isn't it harder for the schoolyard bully to make friends than it is for, you know, the guy who's shaking hands with everybody? I'm using this as a metaphor for U.S. foreign policy.
Yes, you've confused me now.
Too. So I'm like, should I shake hands?
If we're trying to work deals and work with our allies and build alliances, isn't that more effective than you're going to do what we say, or we're going to blockade you and bomb you?
I mean, I think that there is a time and a place in foreign policy, actually, for both. There's a time for diplomacy, and there's a time at which you have to say, we can't work with these people. And I think that that's how Mitt Romney would answer that. But, you know, I think one of the problems for Mitt Romney, quite frankly, is that are people really going to believe him as, now they've seen him aggressive in some of these debates, but are they really going to believe him as the bully? This guy is a guy who has worked with people in business. He's been bipartisan politically. I think it's going to be I find it very difficult to see him in that kind of role as, you know, this kind of schoolyard bully. I think it's going to be a hard sell.
But you know what, Dean? One point I want to say real quick, I know we got to take a break. He went so far to the right, Mr. Romney, I didn't think that the electorate would take him seriously in this fall campaign. But guess what?
Yeah, they do. You're right.
He's making that with the president.
What was the term the president came up with on Friday? It was Romnesia. I wonder if we're going to get that tonight. Actually, I kind of hope we don't. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the most hotly contested races, or some of them, in our region. There are a lot more than you might expect in such a blue area of the country. That's next. Stay with us.